Ladies and gentlemen, what's poppin'? It's your boy Larry Q. Joyner Jr., the HNI CEO here, Larry Joyner Music. And this ain't what you thinking. This is actually me talking about music for a change. A friend of mine, Sylvia, she shot me a Facebook message asking me, about tambourines. You did, because she about to get low with the tambourine. And so told her I make a tutorial video. And yeah, this is it. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop up, on top of my seat so you'll be able to see the motion rather than, look at my face. All right. Bam. All right, cool. So dig this, right? The first thing, now, yeah, I know you see a notebook. I'm doing this for two reasons. First off, my baby's asleep. My two nieces asleep. And then the biggest thing, I'm doing this also to prove to you that you can cultivate proper technique and muscle memory without the instrument, because there are going to be instances where, there are going to be instances where you're going to be away from the instrument. Being a drummer, um, that's like that's like drum practice tip number one, is to be able to take any surface and still be able to get your motions right. So yeah, the first thing you need to understand is that you need to hold the instrument with your good hand. You dig? There's going to be an exception. You know what I mean? There's always an exception whenever it comes to being left-handed and right-handed. But primarily speaking, you want to hold the instrument with your dominant hand. I'm a lefty, so I hold it with my left hand. And in percussion, period, one of the most basic ideas is that we want to try to utilize gravity as much as possible. You dig? Because, gravity always wins against humans. So the downstroke is always going to be exactly that, your downstroke. Now, there are exceptions to this rule, but if you can just, just get used to getting the sound like that. That's step number one. Okay, now your upstroke, as in our percussion, the upstroke is actually subsequent of the downstroke. You dig? And what I mean by that is that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. And the dope thing about the upstroke is that's where the funk is. Your boy Bootsy Collins says you put the funk in the middle, baby. And what he meant was subdivisions in music dictate feel. You know what I'm saying? So let me demonstrate that, right? So this is my downstroke, and I'm kind of ghosting the upstroke, meaning I'm not putting emphasis on it. Now I'm going to put emphasis on it, right? For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Now, that's what we call even eighth notes or straight eighth notes in music, right? Well, let me make it a little bit more ragged, ragtime, triplets, dotted eighth notes, you know what I'm saying, followed by an eighth note, right? Go back to the straight time, you dig? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bam. That fundamental principle of your downstroke being where you get your primary sound from, you dig, your primary accent, your strongest note, is what's going to make all of the other things, is going to make all those other things make sense. I hope. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post another video with me actually using the instrument, number one. And also, in the other video, I will talk about things like different places with your offhand. Your hand is actually stroking the instrument. Different places in your hand that are used to get different timbres. In the meantime, you know what I'm saying, I would also check out Hurlin Riley, the magnificent jazz drummer. I would check out his video on playing the tambourine as well, because we're both coming out of the same tradition. There are, generally speaking, you know what I'm saying? There are three different trains of thought in regard to playing the tambourine. You got the pandeiro, which is Brazilian. You know what I mean? And it holds the instrument a little bit different. Similar concept in motion, but it holds it different. Then you got, good old African American church technique, right, which I just demonstrated. And then you got classical technique. You dig? Where, it isn't so much an emphasis on I mean, this motion, whereas you just kind of just hold it. I mean, which is, well, I'll do a video doing that as well. Um, Once again, I hope this has been helpful, and I would definitely check out that Harold and Riley because man, like 20 seconds into the video, he is getting it in. So that's what's popping.